Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is part 2 of rational expressions, and I focus again a lot more on the divide just because that's the ones that you guys usually struggle with. So here we go. So here's problem number 11. Now if you watch my prior video, part 1, what's the first thing you always do? That's right, you factor. So go ahead and pause the video and factor this out and see what you get. Okay, so hopefully when you saw that, you knew you were going to FOIL backwards. So you would have done m times m. 4 times 2 is 8. Plus 4 plus 2 is plus 6. It's simply done, right? And when you did the denominator, hopefully you recognize the 10 as your GCF. So you should have gotten 10 times m plus 4, because 10 times m is 10m. 10m. 10 times 4 is 40. Next, when you saw the divide, you should have known, oh, we're going to make that into a times. Remember, if it's times, we're just going to factor and we're just going to times straight across. This one, we're going to change the times, which means we have to do the reciprocal over here. So that means the m plus 2 is now in the denominator. And my numerator is now going to be 10 times m minus 4, right? Again, 10 times m is 10m. 10 times negative 4 is negative 40. So now that I have everything factored, remember, now that it's times, everything in the numerator is basically all times together across, just like the denominator is all times. So let's see what we can do here. Okay, so how about the m plus 4 there divided by the m plus 4 there to make 1? As long as you take a top expression and match it exactly with a bottom expression, guys, it always divides to 1. How about m plus 2 divided by m plus 2? How about the 10 divided with that 10 there? Notice the only thing left is m minus 4. Believe it or not, guys, this up here is m minus 4. And if you actually graphed it, you would get almost a perfect straight line, except for a couple values that are not in the domain, but that's getting a little too technical here. Okay, it's simplified to m minus 4. Pause the video if you need to. Okay. Again, what's the first thing we're going to do? That's right, we're going to factor. So pause the video and factor this and see what you get. Okay. So did you take 8x minus 32 and recognize there was a 8 as a GCF? Did you notice the 2x minus 8 both have a factor of 2 in them? Did you recognize the divide right there becomes a multiply if we do the reciprocal here? That means that 2 goes now in the numerator. And this, once we factor it, will go or flip down into the denominator. And that is a difference, or sorry, that is what we call FOIL backwards, right? So I'm just going to do x times x for that x squared right there. I'm going to do 8 times 9 because that's 72. And I know I got a plus 8 with a plus 9 to get plus 17. And let's see what we can come up with here. Again, everything's timesing straight across. So that 2 divides that 2 to 1. X minus 4 there divides x minus 4 down there to 1. And you know what, guys? That is it. There is only an 8 in the numerator left over. And in the denominator, all I have is x plus 8. That right there. And of course, that times is x plus 9 right there. And there is my answer factored. Pause the video again if you need to. Okay. Again, what's the first thing we're going to do here, guys? That's right, factor. So go ahead and pause the video and factor and see what you get. Okay. Does everybody agree 1 is already simplified? Same with a minus 8. Did you guys catch that this was a times already, though? So, guys, this is very important. We know it's a times already, so we are not going to do a reciprocal. We are not going to flip this over here. Please remember with times, guys, you do not do any flips or reciprocals. Okay? So continuing on with the factoring, did everybody notice that has a factor of 7 in it? And then the denominator, of course, is just still a minus 5. You can't really simplify that. So let's see what we come up with this time. It's already at times. So notice a minus 5 divided by a minus 5 is 1. And that's it. In the numerator, notice I have 1 times 7, which is 7. And in the denominator, I have a minus 8. Done. Pause the video again if you need to. Alright, I think I have one more here. Yep. So guys, what's the first thing you're going to do again? That's right, you're going to factor. So factor this, pause the video, factor it, and see what you get. Okay, did we recognize they had a factor of 5 in it? See, 5 times 3 is 15, right? 5 times 5 is a 25. Good. Do we recognize that the denominator is already done or factored for us? Can't factor that further, right? B plus 8. Ah, Mr. Ormsby's trying to be tricky. Everyone notice right there, there's a divide right there, right? So don't forget to change it back to times. And we're going to flip this. That means this 4 goes in the numerator. And the denominator is going to be that factored. And hopefully you recognize I can factor 12 and 20 by 4. They're part of my 4 times tables, correct? So I got a 4 times 3b would be 12b. 4 times 5 would have been the 20. And now that everything is factored and we have it already multiplied, remember we're going to multiply straight across here, right guys? Well, there's not much to simplify. Oh, wait a minute. How about 4 divided by 4 is 1? And 3b plus 5 divided by 3b plus 5 is 1. Wow, the only thing left is 5 right there in the numerator over b plus 8 in the denominator. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is our simplified answer. So pause the video this one last time. Okay guys, so hopefully between this video, my prior part 1 video, as well as my earlier videos on factoring, you have a good handle on these rational expressions. Until next time, bye.